The hunt? Oh, it's on. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see last year's rushing king, Kareem Hunt, fresh off a 100-yard performance a week ago, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs as they get set to square off against the New England Patriots. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And right away, whistles and a flag down. And I believe we'll start the night with a 1st and 15.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game.
On second down, here's Mahomes. 20! Harris has it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the gun, it's Mahomes. On target over the middle to Hill. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. The quick slant caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. They'll try to run with 1. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Patriots. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the ball.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. D. Ford able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll run it here. This is James White. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Allen Bailey in on the stop. And now we take a peek at the Patriot offense.
Let's take a look at the big fella, Rob Gronkowski. All-pro, it feels like each and every year. And when he's healthy, he's going to be all-pro. He's done it 4 times in his career. 69 catches, over 1,000 yards in 2017. But why is he so good? Speed, size, agility, and absolutely understands the offense and where he needs to be in order to get the football.
Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL, is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
They run with Hunt. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Mahomes now to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Time to check the defensive starters here for Kansas City. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Wait 20! Wait 20!
To throw again. Brady to Decker over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Butker now to add the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision. Right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
Remember, the Chiefs and Pats met in the season opener last year, and it was the Chiefs that came in and shocked the defending champs 42-27 behind 4 Alex Smith touchdowns. Here's White. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, that's White, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. On the left side, a catch by White. Room here to run.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Ryan Allen now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world, best kicks like that, can they come back now and redeem themselves?
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Devin McCourty brings him down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. This is Hunt, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Adrian Claymore in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Patriot fans certainly happy to see Claiborne wearing their jersey this season.
Obviously a good pickup by the AFC champs, and you have to go back to when Claiborne came into the league. A first-round pick with Tampa Bay. But just remember last season, 6 sacks in one game against Dallas. You'll remember Adrian Claiborne's name from that point on.
Who was blocking in that game?
No one.
Julian Edelman gets ready to take the field again here on offense. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. That one, 28 yards on the ground.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Here's Brady to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Allen Bailey. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. He's going to get it running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. This is White on the screen. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. You end up having to take 3 there.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around.
Left. Check. Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Nick Kwiatkowski in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and that'll bring up second down. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Now Brady throwing on second down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field that brings up third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the Redskins who get the victory at home. 16-10, the final. From there, we say, so long, America. Hello, England. As we head over the Atlantic to check out the action in London. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Derek Carr, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. And finally, on Monday Night Football, the guys will be in Lambeau, 49ers and Packers. A good one to wrap up week number 6. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Tyreek Hill on the return. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Any return to get you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get...
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And right side, caught, Hogan. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Give him 30 yards there. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Goes underneath here to White. Shutting defenders at the 15. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. They'll give it to him up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Green, 39. Green.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On third down, that's Hunt. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
This is Kerwin Williams, his first carry. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Williams. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now it's Hunt. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Left, 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 left. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Left, 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 left. Ready. Green 90. Green 90.
Oh, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose. A call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They'll toss it to Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Chiefs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Devin McCourty picks it off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. They could get it done, but guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
White 20! White 20!
Brady now on 1st down. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. They were looking the way of Decker that time.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already, right?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. About 3 yards there to the 27. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the field goal, here's Butthurt to kick it away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there of 22. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Brady now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now Brady. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
They get it to him running left. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Dwayne Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And now here comes Kansas City. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Ace, ace. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Left.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton there to swallow him up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Chiefs, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. it.